News tonight, CHP officers and members of the California National Guard, they're going to be in San Francisco starting on Monday, helping to tackle the fentanyl crisis.
Today, we learned more about the plan that was approved by Governor Gavin Newsom last week. Crown 4's Rob Nesbitt joins us here live in the studio with more on what this will do for the city. Rob.
Ken and Vicky, I was there last week when Mayor London Breed announced that CHP and the California National Guard will be coming to San Francisco. Today, we learned a bit more about what these changes will look like. After touring the Tenderloin District in San Francisco and seeing the open-air drug market for himself, Governor Gavin Newsom approved Mayor London Breed's request for help to stop it.
And we'll send a strong message to those who are perpetrating these crimes, that are holding communities hostage, that we will do everything we can to work together to make sure that there is accountability.
The mayor was joined Friday by Major General Matt Beavers with the California National Guard and Commissioner Sean Dury from California Highway Patrol. General Beavers says there will be no boots on the ground, but 14 criminal analysts working behind the scenes to find illegal drug cartels trafficking in fentanyl.
Cartel networks, both operating in the city and outside the city, understand those networks, build a common operating picture of it, and then work to dismantle those networks.
When it comes to CHP's role, Commissioner Dury would not disclose how many officers, but did lay out their three goals: deter criminal activity, provide specialized training to San Francisco police officers, as well as additional resources to disrupt illegal drug trafficking.
Let me be clear, we're not coming in here to take over. The Highway Patrol is going to supplement San Francisco's efforts, and we'll complement them.
Since January, the San Francisco Police Department has made more than 300 arrests for possession of fentanyl, but Chief Bill Scott explained why more help is still needed from the state.
When we deploy large amounts of officers in areas in the Tenderloin or anywhere else in the city, the problem tends to go away while we're there. Now, that's not the long-term solution, because sometimes that can be unsustainable.
The city's district attorney, Brooke Jenkins, also spoke Friday about the city's partnership with CHP and California National Guard, criticizing the previous DA, Chesa Boudin, for not doing it sooner.
This was an opportunity that, at least from the vantage point of the National Guard, that was offered to my office about a year or two ago and was declined. That was not in the best interest of San Francisco.
Though CHP would not say how many of their officers will be dedicated to tackling the fentanyl crisis, Commissioner Dury did say that they are officers already working and living in San Francisco and that they all volunteered for the job. Reporting live in studio, I'm Rob Nesbitt, Crown 4 News.
Rob, thank you. A state bill that would require Medi-Cal and private insurers to cover the full cost of Narcan has been passed by the Assembly Health Committee with bipartisan support. Narcan is a safe and easy-to-administer drug that can reverse a fentanyl overdose within minutes. The bill is authored by San Leandro Assemblymember Liz Ortega. She said many people could use Narcan to save their loved ones, but because of the expense, many can't afford it, and sometimes that leads to tragedies.
Just had a mother testify in committee about her son last week. Her son went to hang out with some friends. Unfortunately, something was put in his drink, fentanyl, and he passed away. And she had Narcan, but didn't have enough dosages to be able to keep him alive. And if she talked about if she had the resources or the money to be able to purchase more, she would have had more.
AB 1060 has passed its first hurdle at the state capitol and is now heading to appropriation, where experts will give an estimated cost of the bill. If passed, it will then head to the governor's desk. We are following the fentanyl crisis across the country and the Bay Area at cron4.com. You can scan that QR code, which will take you to our website, cron4.com, and you can track the latest information and see stories that our reporters are working on.
To the South Bay now, Santa